Data Analytics course in Harvard Extension School is Microsoft Azure Tools for Big Data Analytics. I have signed up for Windows Azure on the website windowsazure.com, and Windows Azure I was able to create virtual machine storage servers, and I saw there were reporting services available. Microsoft provides a set of tools in Azure. It's a public cloud offering. Windows Azure offers storage solution for data centers, virtual machines for development and testing, highly scalable machines for supporting increasing user base and application demand. From public cloud to on-premise service, connectivity also possible. If I have a VM with the HD Insight server and I can have data in storage services, I can connect and work with that also. So those are giving flexibility. I have signed up for Azure HD Insight service preview, and my request being queued up and I was not confirmed. So I proceed with the HD Insight server developer preview. I installed on my 64-bit Windows 8 server. I have installed using web platform installer, and there is nothing hard in that. It's very easy to install. There is no special attention need to be done there. And it created a local C: Hadoop folder and all the solution packages associated with it. And I saw a command prompt for Hadoop is created on my desktop, and 3 other shortcuts were created. Those shortcuts were for websites which are running locally on my machine, which provides statuses about my clusters and the jobs and their success and failures. And there is a web UI for Hive queries. I can execute Hadoop commands on the UI, but since throughout the course we were learning Linux and command line tools, I'm more comfortable with that than these web UIs. So these are the web UIs available by default, and these C: Hadoop, you can see the solution package being installed, and Hadoop comes with the default several tools which are useful for big data analytics. Example: Hive, Pig, Scoop, and for the developer preview version, it creates one default cluster. This is a Hive query web UI tool I was talking about. This can be done, and the left panel shows the list of tables I have so far created, and the right editor view, query editor view, I can edit my queries and run the query, and the output will be like that. And if I click the output link, I will see the result of my query. And there is a JavaScript for Hadoop UI for Hadoop commands. I just tried for this demonstration purpose only, but I was using only command line tools as in this screen. I was using command line tool for Hadoop command. It's a lot similar to Linux command line tool. Not much difference, and even the messages and the error messages, everything similar to what we have seen so far, and that was easy to understand since we have worked with it throughout the semester. And I used a command line tool for Scoop also. I was looking for some publicly available data for my analysis, and I saw when I look around in Amazon images, I saw that US government spending data is available as public data, so I downloaded from that for my test data. So I loaded that. First, I downloaded that data into my local directory, and then loaded into Hadoop HDFS using copy from local, loading to the HDFS. So then I had to look at the data, how it looks, and I was using tail command to look at the data, and I have looked at using more command to see what is there in the header part and all, and from that I was able to figure out what are all the columns which are displayed as a command delimited values. So I created a table from those column names. So now I have a table. So first I connected to the Hive using Hive client. It's not different anything from the CentOS commands. This is same as there also. So I connected to the Hive and created the table. Now I loaded the data into the federal contract, that table I created, and yeah, when I loaded, I think some comma delimited fields and the data been confused, and some fields been loaded wrongly. I didn't clean up, or I didn't reloaded it. I just kept it since I just need a table to analyze, and I'm not so keen on a very clean output this time. I just want to learn about scoop, and that's my intention. So I have a query which dumps data from that query into a HDFS system. I can verify the output using the Hadoop FSLS and the output I have created. My overall aim is to using Scoop import and export data between Hadoop HDFS and a SQL Server. So I had to make sure SQL Server is ready for connection. So I installed SQL Server Express on my machine, and by doing trial and error, I came to know that TCP/IP connection on the connection port should be open on SQL Server, and then the Express and the Scoop only allows SQL authorization, not Windows authentication. So I have made sure I created a user, and I created a database big data for my use, and I created a table with a search ID as a primary key, and I inserted following rows, and my JDBC connection will look like below. So these are the basic steps I need to do to connect to Scoop. Then in HDFS, the Scoop is being by default deployed, or is already in the Hadoop folder. So I can open a command line tool and go to the bin directory of the Scoop installed files, and from that I can execute a Scoop commands. A simple Scoop command to see what version you are running on. So here the for directory has the version. There is a simple Scoop version command can be executed to view the that Scoop is working and it's running. And I executed an import statement. Scoop import, connect to my SQL Server. The table to be used is city to search, and target is Hadoop HDFS search folder. So I am going to get data from the table city to search, and going to import into distributed file system. So by default, Scoop uses select min and max to find the distribution of data so that it can store when it imports it. So that's for real production use. We can provide a SQL for finding the distribution, but this time I didn't. I used the default one comes with that. I didn't provide any extra options for that. Once this command is executed, there are four files were created under search folder. I can view that by another tail commands. And I see that why it's been imported into 4 different folders. If I reduce the number of map tasks, it will definitely it's going to store it on one HDFS file. So I gave the option of M1, then the output is stored in one folder. I can view it with the tail command. The same way, the previous example we were looking at table data being imported into HDFS. The same way, the table data in a SQL server can be imported into a Hive table. So I can do that with the option Hive import and MapReduce job number equal to 1. When I did that, it created an output. It created the table city to search with the same data as that of SQL Server. So I can run a Hive command, select from the city to search. This HDFS files data can be exported into SQL Server databases. The command for that is scoop export connection string and the table to be exported. And this Hive city state dump, which I did in the beginning of 2 slides ago, that from that dump I am loading into this table. The output from this command delimited should be column should be match what that in the table in the SQL Server. Eval is the command which is used for evaluating a SQL statement before it is used in an import and export. Example is eval, and I am giving an insert statement. This will give whether the update can be done to the SQL Server if it or not. So I got a message saying the update being done. Scoop supports many other databases. I just use SQL Server since it's my Microsoft technology, but there is MySQL, Oracle, or other JDBC and servers can be used instead of SQL Server. So this is what I have learned with Scoop and HD Insight. Also, Hive ODBC drivers can be installed on my machine, and I can use Hive and Excel integrate, and I can execute Hive SQL statement from the query connector and view the data in the Excel workbook, or I can use any ODBC enabled applications can use Hive ODBC drivers. Since I was using MS Office 32-bit, I can use 32-bit Hive ODBC driver and import data into Excel. I have tried that also. So these are the items I have done for my project. I have provided the commands I have used and the trials and the SQL queries I have used for all my for this demo I attached to the project. Thank you.